Yeah, time slipped away from me on this one, folks. Just like the win, because the Bruins lose 4-3 in the shootout against the Colorado Avalanche. Welcome back down into the den. I gotta be honest. Even though the Bruins lost tonight, or rather last night, it's a gray area. It started at 9 o'clock, so that means a little bit was played into today. Uh, Still no rain today, which is kind of frustrating. I was told there was going to be rain today to wash away all the snow. There was no rain, but yeah, there was. Even though we lost, I'm not as frustrated as I thought I was going to be, because ultimately we end up losing. We end up losing in Carlo in this game to to I think an upper body injury in like the second period, which is frustrating because it's Carlo. It's Carlo, and if there's one thing that Brandon Carlo is known for, it's upper body injuries. So that was frustrating, but but the fact that we even got a point out of this one was really good. It was really good, and like I went to the last night's game, kind of worried, really kind of worried, especially because Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen, insane duo. I remember I remember we were playing Watch Hockey Get Drunk with my family and friends a little bit ago. And during an intermission I had gotten in a card that said think in your head of the best player in the NHL, and when you have it, ask everybody to say who they think it is. My sister's boyfriend said McKinnon, not McKinnon. My sister's boyfriend said McDavid. My dad, I think, I think he said Crosby, and my sister said Coyle. My sister said Charlie Coyle. And I said, no, I really think that Nathan MacKinnon is the best player in the NHL right now. Just insane puck possession on him, and he showed it. And I gotta say, he didn't really show it off too much this game, but it was, but I mean, it's a lot better than what Pastrnak did. Speaking of Pastrnak, we will get to him later on. And it's weird because, like, in the first period, the Bruins weren't great. Yes, Colorado had that power play that we almost scored, that we had two shorthanded chances on, and I was so ready to get it hype as hell for a shorthanded goal, because I don't think that there is a single method of scoring in the NHL that is more hype than the shorthanded goal. Because it's just like, you guys suck on the power play so much that we're gonna score even a man down, and yeah, that not scoring on either of those sucked, and especially because through the entire first period, Swayman was our best player. None of the lines were really that cohesive, except for the fourth line. Which I know this is weird. To say. Boqvist, Beecher, Steen is actually a pretty good line. It's actually a pretty decent bottom fourth line, and again, you have no idea how much that hurts me to say, especially because I really want to see Merkulov playing. Which, by the way, Merkulov got sent back down to the AHL. Well, decent showing in the games that he played, but definitely wanting to see more from him. Can't wait to see when Lysell comes up. Also, Lori went back down to the AHL. That sucked. That really sucked, especially because Matt Grzelcyk. Oh, we're gonna have a talk. Okay. Grzelcyk was half of one of the best defensive pairs in hockey last year. Legitimately. Go on in Money Puck for sort 2022-2023 regular season in defensive pairings based on goals allowed per 60 minutes it's played. And there were only 2 pairs above Grzelcyk and McAvoy, if I'm not mistaken, and they were Olli Maatta and Filip Hronek and Ryan McDonagh and Roman Josi, which the first one is kind of understandable. Maatta and Hronek are both really defensively minded forwards, except for the fact that Hronek decided, I'm gonna have like 17 assists in the first 3 weeks of the season. That was funny. And then Josi and McDonagh, great. Both of them are fantastic two-way defensemen, and that seemed to be the case for that seemed to be the case for McAvoy and for Grzelcyk. McAvoy's still doing all right. Grzelcyk has fallen off of a precipice. His defense is soft as a baby's ass, and he cannot generate offense to save his life. He is basically what people who did not like the start of Hampus Lindholm's season thought Hampus Lindholm was like. Now, using hindsight, we can all agree that Lindholm's main problem was he got out to an insane start last season in terms of scoring, so waiting like 7 weeks to score his first goal was a little bit confusing. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine because Lindholm kept up the defensive play, except for that one goal that I still will not give him. That I will still not forgive him for, the one where I think it's Mason McTavish cutting inside Lindholm. You are supposed to keep him to the outside. Anyway, Marchand has a bit of a shade of pasta with the first goal of the game. A really slow zone entry and really weak defense from Colorado. Well, a really slow zone entry from Boston, facilitated by really weak defense from Colorado, allows Marchand to take the puck, do like a really slow 3-6 turn back around, and then just snap it on Georgiev, and that is how we start the game 1-0. I'll take it. But don't get too excited because about 5 minutes later, the Bruins are playing piss poor defense in their own zone on the penalty kill. I don't know why our penalty kill is sort of wavering, but I'm not a power play merchant. I don't know the instant. I don't know the. I don't have the answers. But Bruins playing really bad defense, not even remotely trying to get the puck. Makar from up top goes to McKinnon from in at the circle. McKinnon in shoots far post for Rantanen. That is the holy trinity of the Colorado Avalanche: Cale Makar, Nathan McKinnon, and Mikko Rantanen. And Rantanen just has his stick on the ice in a way that that just allows the puck to boop, right up, right off the stick and up past Swayman into the net. 1-1. Into the second period, and oh boy, this is frustrating. This is sort of the moment that where I was like, okay, it's no longer a matter of are we going to win this, it's how badly are we going to lose this, because Kevin Shattenkirk trying to handle the puck, he runs into Pavel Zacha and Tweedledee and Tweedledum like that, and who's trailing behind them? Drew O'Connor, who just takes the puck and rips it past Swayman. 2-1 off of one of the most unforced errors I think I have ever seen this team commit. What the fuck was that, guys? I'm sorry, it was Logan O'Connor, not Drew O'Connor, but still, what the fuck, guys?
Makes the steal, comes in and
Whoop.
he rips it past the...
Sorry about that. I will not be editing that out. I am tired and I do not feel like it. I'm sorry. But ignoring the mishaps, we end up with the puck in the offensive zone. Fantastic job, fellas. I think this also comes after one of the dumbest 4-on-4 penalties I think I've ever seen, where both teams take a too many men on the ice penalty. I don't know how this happened, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to need Jack Edwards to explain it to me again. But yeah, both Colorado and Boston take a too many men on the ice penalty, making it a 4-on-4. I don't think either team scored. Maybe they do. I forget. I was exhausted and admittedly a little bit pissed off. We will not be getting into that. Anybody who follows me on Twitter at ITD Bruins. Anybody who follows me on Twitter probably understands the fundamentals of it, but it's still we end up with the puck in the offensive zone. Puck almost squirts out Carlo. Thank God this was before he got hurt. He keeps the puck in and he gets a bit to the center. He fires it on and to where Danton Heinen gets the puck, circles it back around, puts it on Georgiev, and there's nobody on the far post on defense, but there is a certain Johnny Beecher, and he chips it in for another goal on his admittedly pretty good rookie season. I've been rooting for Beecher. I've been rooting for him since day one, and I'm so happy that he's thriving right now. This also served as a really good welcome back to the. This also served as a really good welcome back to the lineup game. Because for some reason we decided to bench him for a few games. I guess because Merkulov was up, but still, Merkulov being up should not mean that mean that Beecher gets benched. It should probably mean that Boqvist gets benched, but I don't know. I don't line change for a living. With about 2 minutes left in the game in the period, Swayman makes an amazing save on a Cale Makar shot, and it goes out of the up and out of the sheet of ice. So recenters for a face-off, and pretty quickly off that face-off, Swayman allows one in from pretty much the blue line on who's it, Malinsky? I think it's Malinsky. Some no-name defenseman and I'm sorry for saying no name, but like I legitimately had never heard of Malinsky before in my life. But yeah, Malinsky ends up just ripping it, and everybody that's supposed to make sure that doesn't happen either undercommits or overcommits. There is nobody that is like right in the lane that could potentially save that. It is just Malinsky and Swayman there, and somehow Malinsky does not, and somehow Malinsky wins. We're into the third period, and Charlie Coyle says, "Hey, remember that one time? Hey, remember that goal McKinnon sauced to remember that goal that McKinnon sauced to Rantanen in earlier this game? Yeah, I kind of want to do that, but starting below the net. So he takes the puck and circles about to one of the face-off dots. He shoots it across the ice to Marchand, and who's just sitting there on the back post to tap it in. Always make sure you have someone on that back post, and that ties the game at 3 for the Bruins. Now, aside from now on paper, it seems like the Bruins are keeping pace with the Avalanche. They are not. The Avalanche are having a few lapses in defense, but overwhelmingly, their offense is just choking us in our own zone. We can't get any sort of momentum. We can't really get the puck in our own zone, which has been a really frustrating trend. And we just suck. We suck. Look. It's kind of a miracle that we ended up winning tonight. Not winning. It's kind of a miracle we walked out with any points. Which, you know what? Let's take it to overtime now. Or rather, let's take it to the shootout, because overtime was your standard overtime. And both teams looked a little bit gassed. Boston a little bit more so. But Swayman keeps us in. And this is where we have to talk about him, everybody. David Pastrnak! What kind of an effort was that? Really? What are you doing, my guy? What is your major malfunction, Private? You go in with just all lackadaisical, just taking the puck, and then you just give the most half-hearted effort at shooting on Georgiev possible. Legitimately, you had the game on your stick. You could have forced the Avalanche to score on the next one. You could have forced the Avalanche to score. Your entire purpose as the third man in the shootout rotation is to be able to put the opposing team in an uncomfortable situation in which they need to score on their next in which they would probably need to score on their next shot in order to put the game away. And to just reward that with one of the most pathetic attempts at a shootout I'd ever seen is horrible. It's horrible. This, at least when Marchand in 2019, at least when he messed up on the shootout, it was completely unintentional. He didn't mean to accidentally scrape the top of the puck so that it would technically count as him advancing the puck, thus losing us an entire round in the shootout. it's not that. Because at least Marchand didn't even get a chance to try. You, on the other hand, you were the chosen one! And then Valerie Nichushkin comes in and puts in the amount of effort that I would have expected. Pasta put in. And that kills the game for us. We have the Coyotes playing later today. I think at about 9. I will check. Give me one sec. Bruins Coyotes at 9 o'clock. Okay, so assuming that I manage to stay up for it this time, video will be out right at that. Video will be out within like 2 hours of the end of the game, and I will see you guys then. I will see you guys after the Coyotes game. Take care and go Bees.